Everyone, how are you? I hope you're all doing well. Today we are going to learn about the Apple ID versus Manage Apple ID. Let's get started. Apple provides two types of accounts to access its ecosystem: Apple ID and Manage Apple ID. Although they may look similar, they serve very different purposes. A standard Apple ID is designed for personal use, while a managed Apple ID is built specifically for organization and businesses. Okay, you can see in here Apple ID serve for personal use, but managed Apple ID is built specifically for organization and businesses. Understanding the differences between these two account types is essential for managing Apple devices securely, reducing operational risk, and ensuring proper IT control in a corporate environment. In here, I will give you a clear explanation of the differences between Apple ID and Managed Apple ID based on this image. Okay, you can see in here the left side is Apple ID and for the right side is Managed Apple ID. Apple ID. An Apple ID is a personal account created and owned by an individual user. Key characteristic: owned by the individual. For example, andy@gmail.com. Full iCloud access, including iCloud Drive, photos, backups, and personal data. App Store purchases are made personally using a personal payment method. Higher activation lock risk. Because the device is tied to a personal account, not recommended for businesses, as IT cannot fully control or recover the device if the user leaves. Okay, next to managed Apple ID. A managed Apple ID is an account created and controlled by an organization through Apple Business Manager. Apple Business Manager. Key characteristic of managed Apple ID. Owned by organization. You can see in here using company domain. Andy at company at appleid.com. Limited iCloud access. Focuses on businesses' needs. Controlled by IT, including password resets and account management. Lower activation lock risk because the organization can manage or remove locks. Recommended for businesses, especially when combined with MDM solution, mobile device management solution. Okay, for key point of these differences, use Apple ID for personal devices. Use managed Apple ID for company-owned devices. Managed Apple ID provides better security, device control, and business continuity for organization. How to register Apple ID? You can create a personal Apple ID individually without any company involvement. Steps 1. Go to appleid.apple.com. Click Create your Apple ID. Enter your name, date of birth, email address. This will be your Apple ID. Create a password and choose security questions. Verify your email address and phone number. Send into your Apple devices, iPhone, iPad, or Mac. The result of this, the Apple ID is fully owned by the individual. Full access to iCloud, App Store, and Apple services. But for how to register manage Apple ID, manage Apple IDs are created through Apple Business Manager and cannot be registered personally. Number 1. Go to business.apple.com. Okay, before for Apple ID you need to go to appleid.apple.com, but for this manage Apple ID you need to go to business.apple.com. Click enroll now. Use a company domain email, not Gmail or personal email. Submit company information, legal entity name, DUNS number, address, and extra. Wait for Apple verification, usually a few days. Step number 2, verify company domain. Login to Apple Business Manager, go to Setting, Account, Domain, add and verify your company domain, DNS verification. Create manage Apple IDs. You can create account into which manually one by one or bulk upload using a CSV file. Federation with Azure or Entra ID. Step 4. Assign devices and use with MDM. Assign devices to an MDM server in MDM. Enroll devices automatically. Users sign in using their managed Apple ID. The result, accounts are owned and controlled by the organization. Better security, compliance, and device recovery. Okay, and for a quick comparison between Apple ID and Managed ID, Apple, who creates it for Apple ID individual, for Managed Apple ID for organization, email tab, Apple ID using personal email, and for Managed Apple ID using company domain, ownership Apple ID user, but for Managed Apple ID ownership is organization. ID control for Apple ID known, but for Managed Apple ID full control. Businesses use Apple ID not recommended, but for Managed Apple ID recommended. Okay, I think you have understood about the differences between Apple ID and Managed Apple ID. If you have any question about this, you can comment on below in this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video to your friends. See you next time and goodbye.